Hello, beautiful fellow lightworkers. My name is Monica, and today's video is going to be a story time about my first and only out-of-body experience. So I have like a backlog of videos that I want to make, and I typically choose the one I feel most inspired by that day. And today I just wasn't really sure what I wanted to do a video on, so I went into meditation, and this topic kept coming up in my meditation. And I actually forgot about it for a while because it happened a few months ago. I don't remember exactly when, but the last time I went to go see the person I call my second mom, she asked me directly if I have ever had any out-of-body experiences. And I was so excited when I had remembered this experience so that I could share it with her, because this is something I don't typically talk to about with most people, especially people who I don't feel are open-minded enough or on the same conscious level to be able to perceive what I'm talking about without being fearful of it or just not understanding it in general. And I haven't really gotten too much into the esoteric topics on this channel, especially when it comes to my own personal experiences, but I'm feeling called to share about it now. I thought it was pretty interesting, and I'm also just curious to see if anyone else has had a similar experience. So first, I want to preface this story with saying, in case you don't know, I've said this I think in a few videos now, that I believe that everyone astral travels. And astral traveling is where your astral body, or maybe you can call it your soul or your energetic body, leaves your physical body and travels somewhere else. And with astral traveling, I believe you can go to any place in the world, not just in the world, but in the universe. You can visit different planets, you can go to the moon, and you can see what's going on there in just your astral body. And there are a lot of people in the spiritual community who consciously practice astral traveling. And from what I understand is they will basically be in like a meditation, they'll get really relaxed, and they know how to separate their astral body from their physical body and go explore. This is something I have wanted to do since I had my spiritual awakening a few years ago. I've always been intrigued by it, and I know, like I said, for a lot of people, especially people who may be very religious, this sounds terrifying and demonic or something, but I don't believe it's that way. I think it's something that we naturally do instinctively every single night when we go to sleep and when we go into the dream realm. I call the dream realm the astral realm as well. So dreams have always intrigued me. I've questioned why we dream. Why do we dream about the things we dream about? Who are the people in dreams? And I have a video talking about this more in depth that I will link up above if you're interested in seeing that one as well. But yeah, dreams to me are just so important to understand because we spend so much of our life sleeping and dreaming. We spend so much time in a whole nother realm of reality. It's like we're going into a coma and we're living out this whole different life, and then we come back and we start to forget it. It's just very fascinating. So anyways, I have developed a belief system that every single night when we dream, our astral body separates and it goes into what I call the dream realm or the astral realm, which are higher planes of consciousness. It's higher than the 3D. I believe it starts maybe at the 5D level and then it can go up from there. And this belief has resonated with me since I heard a few other spiritual YouTubers talk about it and some books that I've read as well. It just seemed like something that my soul knew to be true, even though I had never experienced it. And I have tried some of the conscious astral traveling techniques, and I just get impatient and I can't do it, and then I get frustrated and I don't try again. I haven't tried in a while, and I've only tried a few times, and I'm not going to give up, but it's just not something I've been focused on as of late. So now, with all of that said, my experience was very brief. I would say it was less than 5 minutes, but I will describe it in as much detail as I can remember. So if you don't know, I live and travel full-time in an RV. So I was in the same RV in a different state. I don't remember exactly where it was. But one night I had awakened at some random time, maybe like 3 or 4 in the morning. I tend to wake up at least 2 to 3 times every night. I've noticed for a while now, probably at least like a year. I don't know exactly why that is, if I just have really bad insomnia or why. My theory is that I think we have several sets of dreams and several sets of astral traveling. So it's like we'll fall asleep, we'll astral travel to the dream realm, and then we'll come back, and then we'll go again, and then we'll come back, and maybe we go again and come back. I don't know exactly how many times, but I think it goes with the cycles of our sleep, which I don't remember exactly what those cycles are, like rapid eye movement and all of that stuff. So what I remember was feeling my astral body just floating. Like I felt like I was floating on a cloud. And from the point where I became conscious of it was I felt like I was floating, and then I felt my astral body go through the roof of the RV and above the kitchen and the living room, the main area, and then it floated past the bathroom and the hallway, and then it went to the bedroom where my physical body was. And I'll just imagine that this is my physical body and this is my astral body. And I felt my astral body like kind of almost like a feather, like plop down. Like it started to like settle, and then it like jolted into my body. And it felt like almost like a glove, like my body was the right fit or something. Like it felt natural by the time my astral body merged with my physical body. But it was kind of jolting by the time it was finally done, like officially in. And I know this might sound weird or crazy to some people, but I'm just telling you, this is my experience. Take it or leave it. This is just what happened to me. And I don't expect everybody to believe what I say, especially if it's something personal that they haven't experienced. That's totally understandable. But if your soul knows it to be true right now, at this point in time, it's going to resonate. So right after I felt that jolt, I woke up like right away. And I was just thinking about what happened, and then part of me was in doubt, and I was like, oh, that must have just been a dream. But wait, was that a dream? And I was like, no, that did not feel like any dream I've ever had. That felt so real. Like I felt myself floating, and it felt natural. I wasn't scared at all. Like this just felt like something that my body or my soul intuitively does every night, which I believe it does. And I thought it was really cool, but also felt kind of isolated in my experience, because I don't know of anybody else personally who has experienced this before, because I was not trying to consciously astral travel. I just happened to become conscious while it was happening. And so I know there's a lot of people out there who have experienced it, but I told my husband, and he was like, oh, that's kind of cool, but he couldn't really relate. I told a friend, and she didn't seem to really relate, even though she's very awakened and very spiritual, but she had never had experience like that. And then I told another friend who actually thought it was pretty cool as well. I think just as cool as I thought it was. And she said she remembers something vaguely happening like that to her, years ago. And then I was so excited when my second mom had asked me, because we have never really talked about this sort of stuff, like anything really spiritual or esoteric. And the fact that she asked me and was also intrigued by it was just something that I felt brought us closer together, and we could bond. We bonded more and we connected more on talking about these deeper things in life. Like we're kind of like deep diving into just more than just the shallow surface stuff than that a lot of us tend to like stick to. And so I felt very close to her being able to share that. And I felt that I also just wanted to share it here on my channel, because it does pertain to spirituality, since it's not just the physical. And thought it would be kind of a fun and interesting story time to share. So that was my experience. And like I said before, I'm just really curious to know if anybody watching this has experienced anything like this, or knows anybody who's experienced it. If you'd please just leave a comment down below and let me know. I would love to hear about your experience as well. And as always, I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys.